Because if you go on LinkedIn today as a social experiment,
yeah,
1,000 Black professionals in 1 month will find one thing or the other to post something that will still link race, that will still link to victimization, that will still point fingers at a particular certain community of people, that will still want to blame the entire world for whatever calamities is happening in their lives.
Yep.
And so to me, we need to be careful so that we don't end up actually playing the game they want us to play.
Ooh.
Please.
see, that's, oh my God. That has been my message. See, life, economic life is a game. That's it. It's a game. Whew. Throughout human history, at every point, in every region, life has never been fair. Never. See, it's in this era that we talk about fairness. Life has never been fair. Even nature has never been fair. Why does a certain region have all the gold? Why does a certain region have all the oil, gas, and the others do not have the same thing? So life, nature, if we want to talk about fairness in the way we talk about it, life, nature has never been fair. Okay, so if we want to sit down crying that certain people are not being fair to us, okay, so if we continue crying and asking them to listen to our cry and change whatever they are doing, the unfairness to us, we're simply telling them we don't have any means to make it stop. That's it. And then we're telling them we are powerless. And thankfully, knowledge is the means to change anything. You can acquire knowledge. I can acquire knowledge. And if we work with the things we learn diligently in 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, things will change for me and my community.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
See, unfortunately, some people want whoever we think is not being unfair to us to stop what they're doing and then work to make everything fair for us. It's never going to happen. It is never going to happen.
I agree with you, but it's also important to also point out that the message I represent is not for us to not call out this injustice.
Oh, no.
It is important for us to call out this injustice. It is important for us to talk about those injustices.
Okay.
It is also important for us to let people know that we're aware.
Okay.
But what the message I represent, what the new message I'm trying to bring out to the world is to say, what then are we going to do about it?
Okay.
And that is getting to that place where we can then begin to realize that there is a story of Singapore. Singapore today was just announced
Exactly.
as the most powerful passport in the world.
Yeah.
Taken over from Japan. Okay. There is a lesson. This is less than 50 years of story. Okay. This is not something that started
Singapore in the 60s
300 years ago, right?
Was the GDP, I think it was below Nigeria's.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't have the data, but
okay.
Just
but they were part. They were part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think, to me, the question that we need to start asking ourselves is, how did they do it? Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, is another story.
Yeah.
And one thing I love every time I travel to Dubai is they still put this, when you drive on the road, there's still a tiny part of the road that is they still put the desert sand. And I remember asking a friend 5 years ago when I was there, and he said that's to remind people that this beauty they're seeing today was once a desert.
Ooh. And
so to me, is understanding that we have the power to create our own economic powerhouses.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not going to mention them on this call. I've been part of various things that I can't mention on this call, trying to help African leaders, decision makers. I don't believe that our politicians are the people that will help Africa.
No.
I believe that it's our institutions that will help Africa.
Good.
Because the moment you begin to understand that institutions, when we probably talk about racism in the UK, they'll say institutional racism, right? Why would people say that? Because as a Black person, there is a ceiling to what you can be. The power that controls that society has created it that way to preserve his identity. Right? There is a fear that Black people are agile and resilient, and one day probably will take over the world. That is that existing fear.
Okay.
And it's that fear, the science of race, that's put us below the pyramid of race.
Yeah, okay.
And there's no way you go in the world today, people do not see you as a representation of something good. It is someone like you and I. And so the more we continue to play that game, the more we're feeding into that energy.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so my message, the new message I represent is, I know there is hard. I know there is tough. We have to accept it. But also it is possible to change. Also, it is possible to still break even. Also, it is possible to break through. And when you do, then you become a new story. Then you become a new identity. Then those children from age 10 to 5 to 20 to 16, then they can see something new, something fresh to what they used to say. I get a lot of young people reach out to me on LinkedIn and say, thank you for all you do. Thank you for your inspiration. I don't know most of these people. Random entrepreneurs reach out to me. Black entrepreneurs will reach out to me on LinkedIn and say, can you share experience with me? Can you share a story with me? I remember someone, my friend, one day, like, these people, you're just going to burn yourself out for them. No, I have enough love to share with all of them. I have enough love within me to share with all of them. Because what you don't have, you can't give.
Yeah.
If you're thinking from a place of scarcity, then you're functioning from a place of survival. If you're thinking from a place of abundance, then you're thinking from a place of thriving. And that's why I use the word, it's 90% psychological, it's 10% operational.
Yeah.
And so to me, the new message is to say, yes, we know. We know that there is inequality. We know that there is racism. We know that institutional racism. We know that we've been disenfranchised economically. We are aware that the system is not going to change anytime soon. When we make too much noise, they will make all sort of PR announcement. We see that during George Floyd Mayweather, where all the multinational companies in the world went on a hiring spree to hire diversity and inclusion, Black people, just to fill that quota.
Yeah.
Right. What has changed? It's probably get worse. Right. And so that's my message. My message is the power is economic power. The moment Africa creates its own institution, the moment we create our own alternative assets, the moment we gather liquidity for those assets, the moment those assets become liquid enough to create various financial products that is then accessible for Africans to trade. That is how Europeans create wealth.
Yeah.
That is how Americans create wealth.
Yeah.
There is, you don't need to go, and I'm saying this with all humility. We all can go to Oxford and go to MIT and go to have all these good labels just to get by in life in terms of social structure. But the key point is these institutions were created as well as the institution as gatekeepers.
Mm.
And there's nothing stopping us. Today, Indian Institute of Technology, every biggest Indian CEO in the world today are from that institute.
Yeah.
And today, they're doing really well in their community. What can we learn from them? And so that's my message. That's the new message I represent.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong if you want to continue to point out those injustices. We need people to do that. But let's be careful that we're not weaponizing that to those individual advantage and actually doing more damage in the process to the entire community.
Okay. I hope people get it. And see, the only way we will have the seemingly fairness is you bring value. That country, if we build our national institutions, okay, because see, we need those institutions for things to work in our countries. Okay, so if we have the institutions, but they're not functional. Okay, so we need to revive them to make them functional, to help individuals and corporations and business and all that to thrive. See, institutions create enabling environments. Okay, so this is what we need in our countries. And once we have it, we'll now churn out more value to the world. And once we are able to see, people talk about Africa having the most natural resources. I tell people, natural resources doesn't get you recognized. You use Singapore. Singapore doesn't have one dime of natural resources. Japan doesn't have. Yet, Japan for nearly 50 years has been the second largest economy in the world. Now, Singapore is getting up there. Maybe it's now fourth or fifth largest economy. Yet, they don't have natural resources. So these are the things that we need to look at, because if we continue saying, oh, natural resources, hello, did you put gold in the ground? No. But the kind of value that you bring out from your head, your knowledge, would turn the gold maybe into diamond. And then they will respect you. See, value, knowledge and value are respected. That's what I was looking for, respect. Okay? Those are things that get you respect. okay? Just having all the natural resources doesn't get you respect. The people who get respect for the oil we have in Nigeria are those who actually found a use of the oil. If they didn't find a use for this black liquid, the oil will be useless.
Absolutely, and I think to me, it's